How's everybody? This is another episode of Pharoh's Thoughts, my opinions and thoughts on particular topics and subjects. And today's topic is, or this episode's topic, should I say, is social media and my thoughts on the social media. And being a person who was around before social media, during the invention of social media, meaning MySpace and Facebook, and now. So basically, my thoughts on social media. The pro is the same as the con to me when it comes to social media, meaning that the pro is it gives everyone a voice. The con is it gives everyone a voice. So, you take that for what that is. You let that sink in. But my opinions on social media is, and this is only my opinion from my life experiences and my thoughts and what I'm trying to do with my life, is it was one of the best things that was ever invented. I take social media, let's say Instagram. I take Instagram and I equivalate, I make that, I compare it to the invention of I compare it to the telephone. Meaning that when the telephone was invented and everybody caught on and everyone could afford the telephone, it was people either using the telephone to call their friends and family, to catch up, or to shoot the shit. And it was people who was using the telephone was making business calls, to set up meetings, to talk to business partners, to talk to people across the country, to make shit happen quickly than they could before the invention of the telephone. And that's how I look at social media. It's people who have social media who just use it to follow their friends and family and to lurk. Nothing wrong with that. Post pictures of their life, keep it moving. Now, on the other hand, there are people who use social media to build brands, entrepreneurs, business people who need Instagram to market themselves. Social media is the best, cheapest way to market yourself. The only hindrance when it comes to social media, when it comes to marketing yourself, is your imagination. You have to figure out the most creative way to market yourself and your brand the best way you know how. Where you can have free platforms to reach millions of people across the world at a click of a button. As soon as you hit that button and you post, millions, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people can see what you're talking about and who you are. And anybody can build a fan base if they're consistent enough with their content. So, and then on the other hand, with that, I might jump around. I'm just talking about social media in general, whatever comes to my mind. This is just a freestyle. And then when people blame social media for certain things that happen, like TV, I'm comparing it to TV now. When you're looking at TV and you don't like a particular station or a particular show, what do? You turn the channel. And once you turn the channel, you realize you don't like this show, therefore you will not come back to this show anymore. Same for social media. If you see something, a person, a particular topic, or a person who's talking about particular topics that you don't agree with, you unfollow. You don't follow at all. You don't even entertain that energy. You choose what you entertain. No one forcing you to follow certain people. It's called unfollow. If you don't like, if somebody is commenting on your page or your profile, it's called the block button. You don't have to respond to negative comments. That you choose to respond to negative comments. You choose to read negative comments. You read it. You decide if it's constructive criticism or if it's just they just spewing negativity. you decide, you know what, I'm gonna take with this person into consideration, or you block the person and you will never hear from this person who's in the world ever again. You know? So don't blame social media for that. Don't blame social media for how you feel. If you got to get off social media for a few days to get centered, that's you. But you choose to scroll every day. You choose to wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is look at your Instagram. You choose to do that. There's no law saying you got to check your Instagram as soon as you wake up in the morning. That's you. That's what you decide. Take accountability for how you feel. Take accountability for what you decide. Take accountability for what you decide to use social media for. You know? But to me, it was one of the best things that was ever invented. It connects people. And you decide what energy you decide what energy you entertain. Meaning that, okay, for instance, I'm in LA right now. I'm from Baltimore. I drove across country. I still communicate with my family, my parents, my sisters, my sister, my loved ones, my grandmother. But essentially, I'm over here by myself. So when I click on social media, when I look at my Instagram, you choose who you follow. So I follow people who are into fitness, into film, into positivity. I follow people who are into progression, progress. You know? I don't compare in a sense of look at that person doing more than me. I look at that person like what, like that they doing their fucking thing. They doing what they supposed to be doing. And that keeps me going. So I use social media for motivation and inspiration. If you particularly use social media to compare yourself and feel some type of way about yourself, that's on you. That's not on them. You decide how you feel. So when I look at social media for inspiration and motivation, and I advise you to do the same. You know, so to me, it was one of the best things ever invented. If you need to take a break from it, you take a break from it. It's just like TV. Some people say, I don't look at TV. It depends on what you choose to look at. If you turn on the TV and you into history, then you look at the History Channel. If you into traveling, you look at the Travel Channel. If you a chef, or if you a foodie, you look at the Food Network. If you like dramas, you watch HBO or stuff. You watch certain things. Like you choose which you entertain. So if you into politics, then you watch CNN all the time. You watch all the political channels. But it's something for everybody, and that's the same for social media. It's always something for you. But you decide what you follow. You decide what you entertain. The whole social media is not bad. Then you gotta look inward and figure out, why the fuck am I entertaining this? Why am I looking at this? Why am I responding to this? That's on you. So to me, but to me, I ain't gonna say I love, but yes. In a sense, I do love social media because it's giving me a voice and it's giving millions of other people voices. You know? At scale. But yeah. And to be around before it and doing and the invention of it and see where it's become and see where it's going to go, only time will tell. But everything happens for a reason, and for what I'm trying to do, social media is a beautiful thing. Like I say, if you try like entrepreneurs, business people, artists, to me, in my opinion, it needs social media. Artists who have barely enough money to afford food to eat can market themselves for free. That's all artists want, is to get their art, to get their message out into the world somehow, some way. And you can do it for free by holding up your camera and recording yourself for a few minutes. That's a beautiful thing. But the whole thing is, social media is a good thing. You decide what you entertain. You decide the energy that you entertain and you accept into your mind. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Until next time, you stay positive, you stay productive, and you stay the course. Let's get it.